Everyone. So let's get into today's topic, that is mammary gland. Mammary gland is a word which is being derived from the word mammae. Mammae refers to breast. The animals which possess the mammary gland are said to be the mammals. Either it may be a bat or it may be a whale or any animal which generally has the mammary gland are said to be mammals. So in case of the mammary gland is said to be a modified sweat gland, an apocrine gland or an exocrine gland. And this mammary gland is being seen in case of all the mammals, where the main function of the mammary gland is the secretion of the milk, which helps in the nourishment of the young ones. Mammary glands are being seen in both the sexes, that is during the embryonic development. But later what happens is, in case of the males, the ducts which are being to be formed, they become rudimentary and non-functional. Henceforth, in case of the males, the mammary glands are said to be non-functional or rudimentary or vestigial. While in case of the female, during the embryonic life, that is, they start forming into a glandular tissue, and after the puberty, they develop into the mammary gland or the breast under the hormone, under the influence of the hormone estrogen. So in case of the females, during the embryonic life, there are presence of the clumps of cells which proliferate from the longitudinal ridge of the ectoderm, and these clumps of cells later get converted into the mammary gland or breast. So thereafter, in case of the mammary gland, these growth, development, everything is being regulated by the estrogen as well as the growth hormone, where they are being involved in the formation and functioning of the ductal component of the mammary glands. So let's get into the structure of the mammary glands. So what does a mammary gland consist of? Where it is located? So mammary gland is being located in the thoracic region, that is where we say it is a chest region, and it mainly consists of the various parts as I have mentioned. That is, first is ribs, next is a pectoralis major, muscles, but the main part which are being associated with the mammary gland are the mammary lobes, mammary alveoli, fatty tissue, ampulla, areola and the nipple. So in the structure of the mammary gland, so these mammary glands, as I said, they are modified sweat glands which are being present in the thoracic region. So these mammary glands are being present where you can see there are presence of the ribs, and these ribs are being supported by the intercostal muscles. Just above to them, there are a set of the muscles which are called as pectoralis major muscles. Also you can call them as pecs or the chest muscles, where their main function is they provide the free movement to that of the shoulder. So those major muscles are also being seen, and above to that is the presence of the mammary lobes. So mammary lobe is a glandular tissue which is made up of 15 to 20 lobes, and these lobes which are being present inside, so these are further divided to form a small tubules which we can call them as lobules, and these lobules will join and form the mammary ducts, later become the lactiferous ducts and opens to the exterior through that of the nipples. So these mammary lobes which are present, so these are also have a Cooper's ligaments, where Cooper's ligaments are those connections which connects the skin of this mammary gland to that of the connective tissue of the pectoralis major muscles. Now why these Cooper ligaments are present? Cooper ligaments are necessary to maintain the shape and the structure of the mammary gland. So that is one of the main function. And apart from that, the Cooper's ligaments which are present inside, they prevent the sagging of the breast or the mammary glands. Next is mammary alveoli. If you look into the detail, okay, so here you can see in each mammary lobe there are presence of many number of lobules. So these lobules, if we magnify the image, so this lobule at the end consists of a small bulb-like or balloon-like structures, and these balloon-like structures are called as mammary alveoli, or they are called as lactocytes. So these alveoli are generally cuboidal in shape, and they are being surrounded by the cells called as myoepithelial cells. Surrounded by myoepithelial cells. Now, what is the function of these alveoli? Alveoli are the main cells which are responsible for the secretion of milk under the influence of the hormone prolactin, which occurs during the lactation period after the parturition. So thereafter, surrounding the lobes, you can see there is presence of the fatty tissue. So in this fatty tissue, there is a presence of the cells called as adipocytes, and these adipocytes are mainly meant for the storage of the fat. Thereafter, if you look after here, the lobules opens into the mammary duct, and mammary duct consists of many number of small bulged portions. So these bulged portions are called as ampulla, or they are also called as lactiferous sinus. So the main function of these ampullas which are present, okay, so they are meant for the storage of the milk. And thereafter, okay, in the exterior, in the morphological part of the mammary gland, we are able to see that there is a presence of a small, dark, pigmented circular patch around the nipple. So that is called as areola. So this areola consists of the glands. So those glands are called as the areolar glands or sebaceous glands, or they are also called as Montgomery glands. So these Montgomery glands present are just small painless bumps which are there in the areolar region, where these Montgomery glands secretes an oily secretion called as lipoid fluid. And this lipoid fluid has three main functions. The first function is it acts as a lubricating agent for that of the suckling. Second one is it prevents the moisture. It provides the moisture to that of the nipples. And third one is that lipoid fluid which is secreted has a particular type of aroma which attracts the suckling to suck the nipple. So that is areola. And along with that of the glands, there are presence of the mechanoreceptors, and these mechanoreceptors helps for the milk let down reflex process, where when the suckling starts sucking the nipple, so that mechanoreceptors will get sensitized, and thereafter there is the release of the milk from the mammary gland which is being stored in that of the ampulla. Thereafter we have the nipple. So nipple is a small projection, which is a protruding projection which is being present okay, in that of the mammary gland, and this nipple is mainly meant for delivering the milk into the mouth of the suckling. And one important thing is the areola as well as the nipple. For example, first one, areola, it depends, it changes from female to female, that is in its shape, in its size, or in its color, where this areola may be like, it may be a pink, or it may be brown, or it may be chocolate brown, or it may be black in color. Similarly with that of the nipple may be depending upon the temperature, climatic conditions, nipple also changes in color. It may be pink, or it may be brown, or dark brown, or black in color even. So main function of the nipple is to deliver the milk to that of the mouth of the suckling. So this is all about the mammary gland. And there are certain conditions where we can say, one is called as polymastia. polymastia, and the other one is called as polythelia, where generally it is the presence of one or more nipples present, which can be seen, very rare, but it can be seen in case of the both male as well as the female. So that is all about the mammary gland, where we have discussed the main part, that is the mammary lobe, mammary alveoli, which are responsible for the secretion of the milk, which are even called as lactocytes, and fatty tissue, or where the fats are being stored, and depending upon the fatty tissue, the size of the mammary gland goes on increasing. And next is the ampulla, which is meant for storage of the milk. Thereafter is the areola, and lastly is the nipples. So this is all about the mammary gland. Thank you.